कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त महादेशिकाय नमः। The arrow that was shot by Rama struck Vali on his chest. Like the lightning that strikes a tree and the tree instantly falls to the ground, here Vali fell on the ground. With the withering pain that he had, tears engulfed his eyes. With that, he was roughly able to see a dark personality sporting the hermit dress, standing with the arrow and with the quiver of arrows and the bow. Vali checked who it was, and it was Rama. He now does a Vyaja Ninda. Vyaja Ninda is you sugarcoat abusive words with soft words and make it seem as if you're praising the person, but in reality you're actually abusing the person. Kulinaha sattva sampannaha tejasvi charitavrataha Ramah karunavedi cha prajanam cha hiterataha sanukrosho mahotsaha samayajño dridhavrataha ityetat sarvabhutani kathayanti yasho bhuvi. As he says this, Rama is unfazed. He doesn't get perturbed, agitated, retaliates, abuses in return. He stands with a pleasant countenance. Vali continues. He says, your father Dasharatha was a great monarch, Rama. Just because he had promised his wife long back, even if he didn't like it personally, he made the younger son the heir apparent. And when I say he made, what he says is the decision to make the heir apparent, Bharata as a heir apparent, was made. He continues, Rama, I am amazed. How are you the son of Dasharatha and how are you the elder brother to Bharata, both of whom I understand were people who were sticklers to dharma. Rama, when I have not committed any sin personally against you, when I have not barged or encroached any bit of your territory, your kingdom, why should you come all this way and shoot an arrow at me? Vishayeva pureva te yada papam karamyaham na chatvam avajaneham kasmatam hamsya kilbisham. Why should you come and shoot an arrow at me? A king is supposed to have all the qualities like forgiveness, righteousness. Do you have any? Samadanam kshama dharmaha satyam dhriti parakramo parthivana gunarajan dandaschapyapakarisho. Do you have any? Rama, I wish to ask you a technical question. I don't fall under the list of any of these 5 animals like the rhinoceros, the porcupine, the hare, the tortoise, the iguana. Why did you come and hunt me? Now, we have a very pertinent question. Sir, what are these animals? Why are they associated with hunting? And why is Wali linking himself to these 5 animals? We must understand, I have mentioned this in some of my previous episodes. Kshatriyas were entitled, rather using the word entitled, they were allowed to consume meat. They were allowed to hunt. They were allowed to hunt and consume the meat. 1. To some extent, even Brahmanas during the times of the Itihasas and Puranas did consume meat, flesh. Later, with the suggestions and instructions laid down by Agastya Rishi, Apastamba, Bodhayana, Brahmanas were ordained to consume sattvic food, not even certain vegetables. And many such Brahmanas across the length and breadth of the country continue to consume sattvic food. That said, Kshatriyas were entitled. But were they allowed to hunt every animal? No. Here comes a shlokam in Kishkindha Kandam which is testimony to it. Pancha panchanakha kakshya brahmakshatrena raghava shalyakaha shvavidha bodha shashaha kurmascha panchamaha pancha panchanaka bhakshya. The animals that were allowed to be hunted and consumed, the flesh being cooked and consumed, were 5 in number. Those should be 5 nailed animals. Pancha, 5 nailed animals. Pancha nakaha. They should have 10 nails. Pancha naka bhakshya. Those animals could be consumed. What are those? Shalyakaha, the rhinoceros. Shvavidhaha, porcupine. Godha, iguana. Shashaha, which is hare, like the rabbit. Kurmaha, the turtle or the tortoise. So, Kurmaha, Shashaha, Godha, Shvavidhaha and Shalyakaha. These were the 5 nailed 5 animals that could be hunted and whose meat could be procured, cooked and consumed. Now, even astikas who are listening to this may be amazed. Sir, some of us are non-vegetarians. We have a different kind of non-vegetarian palate today. But you seem to suggest a rhinoceros from Assam, porcupine from some African country, iguana, hare. Sir, can all these be consumed? I am not here to promote non-vegetarianism food. I am not here to do that. I would rather do the opposite. I would rather say, even if you have been having non-vegetarian food for generations together, think about it twice. Check if you can make your food sattvic. 1, of course, the climate warriors say that the lesser the meat consumption, the better for planet Earth. The animal activists say, just like humans, even animals have feelings and they have a life to live. So, why should we over cultivate them, nourish them and finally consume them? This is also in a way violence, the animal activists say. The traditionalists say, see, every Jivatma has to reach Paramatma, and for this, the Jivatma in its material body has to resort to following a Brahma Vidya, and for performing any Brahma Vidya or following any Brahma Vidya, sattvic food is the best. Sattvic food means bereft of just not animal food, meat, fish, eggs, also certain vegetables. So, minimum consumption, maximum utilization. This is what the sattvic, the traditionalists bat for. Whichever angle you see, I would suggest or probably request those who are of you who are non-vegetarian astikas to slowly reduce your meat consumption. If you have been having 7 days a week, make it 6. If you have been having it for 6, make it 4. 4 days, make it 2. 2 days, make it 1. Or make it once a month, or make it once in 6 months. So, slowly get out of that habit, because sattvic food will always induce and promote and kind of support you for better enlightenment in the spiritual progress. This is said. But I am not here to promote non-vegetarian food, but I have to say what is mentioned in the Ramayana. Rama says that I have shot you. To which Vali asks, if you have shot me, do you consider this hunting? Because Rama, you are very well aware in the rules of these days. He is talking about the Ramayana days. Only 5 animals are allowed to be hunted and consumed. I don't fall in that 5, he says. This is the point he is saying. The porcupine may be hunted and its flesh can be consumed. You should remember the porcupine, once it's hunted and the flesh is cooked, you see those needle like structures over the porcupine, right? They are collected and some of it is used during the Seemantonayanam, which is the first ritual which is performed for the fetus. While each of us, we remain as a fetus in the mother's womb, Seemantonayanam is performed, Pumsavanam. For that they use those porcupine needle-like structures. So the flesh is consumed. I am not a porcupine. Vali says, I am not a porcupine. I am not a rhinoceros. You know that there is a lot of illegal poaching that happens with rhinoceros in India and a few other countries because they have those horns, and some communities without any scientific data believe that such horns, when possessed or used, is an aphrodisiac. This is what certain communities believe, which is not the truth. So they kill the animal. So I am neither a rhinoceros, I am not an iguana, I am not a hare, I am not a tortoise. So on what basis did you kill me? Pancha panchanaka bhakshya brahma kshatrena raghava shalyakaha shvavidha bodha shashaha kurmascha panchamaha. Further, Vali says, a tiger is generally hunted for its hide, for its skin, as well as for its nails. Many landlords in those days used to take those nails of the tigers and used to make gold chains out of it and pendants out of it. So, I don't know if a monkey, a Vanara's body can be used for this purpose, Rama. Then he continues. An elephant is generally killed or poached for its ivory. I don't possess ivory. A camel is generally killed for its bones. A deer is killed for its skin. Then all these animals are killed for a certain purpose. I don't possess the ivory of the elephant. My nails aren't as important as that of a tiger. My skin, my hide isn't as priceless as that of a deer. I am not a camel, so my bones aren't that valued. When none of these reasons fit me, Rama, using the Kshatriya trump card, you cannot say that you have killed me because I don't fall into any of these animal categories. Rama, just because your wife has been kidnapped by a demon, in the search of finding the demon, you have found a Vanara who's me, and you showed all that anger that you should have showed to that person called Ravana on me. From this, what matter do we understand? That Vali was just not aware that Rama was the son of Dasharatha and his brother Bharata was a righteous person. He was also aware of Rama being sent on an exile to the forest. He was also aware of Ravana abducting Rama's wife. So, Vali was very adept in the current affairs. He poses a few more questions and then Rama is going to answer. But looking at Vali questioning Rama, I too feel that there is some merit in what Vali has questioned or asked Rama of. But we need to also be unbiased and understand what Rama has to reply to Vali. More in the next episode.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a 2-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.